Alrighty, folks, everybody on board, sit back. We'll be clearing the driveway. Alrighty, folks, we're going to take you up to the transportation and ticket center, your gateway to the Magic Kingdom.
Welcome aboard. This is Captain Rex from the cockpit. I know this is probably your first flight, and it's mine too. Well, it looks like we're going to have a smooth flight to Endor, so I'll go ahead and open the cockpit shield. Hi there. I see they're loading our navigator R2-D2, and then we'll be on our way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Star Tours 45, elevator platform has been activated. Commence final pre-launch sequence.
Roger, control. All status go.
ST-45, you are clear for takeoff. Contact departure control at 120.4.
Copy 120.4.
45, you're going the wrong way. Stop immediately.
Wrong way! Brakes! Brakes! Wheel
so sorry. Well, no, you're fine. Is there anything you really can't get hurt? We don't have the right timing. Don't leave your subconscious, okay? You're making me look bad. We're doing fine. Just roll from this. You see? Stunts! Coordination!
Been nice knowing you, Mark. If you'd like to turn around and step inside the pilot house and spin the wheel. The wheel of misfortune. In just a moment, Kermit and I are going to start storm sequence using some heavy-duty mechanical effects. And go ahead and pull the drawstrings on the side really tight. Trust me on this one. And cut. And you fire torpedoes straight through the bow section. Fire one, Captain. Whoa, nice shot! Unfortunately, that was one of ours. Uh-oh, enemy aircraft's coming in 10 o'clock. Duck, Captain, duck. I don't know about you, Captain, but I sure am glad that's over with. Orders in the go! Congratulations, you just survived our enemy air attack. However, you're not done yet. You have yet to survive the revenge of our skipper. Karen, if you take a look off in the distance, you'll notice he has you surrounded by enemy torpedoes. Fire torpedoes. They're getting closer and closer, Captain. You're a dead duck. Nice shot, skipper. Just take a look at my captain. She's close. Promise to super so much.
If you're watching out all the time,
Great place to start our tours with a similar landmark to Disney-MGM Studios. Take a look.
When you round the corner and you look at the other side, that side is unmarked. That was for the takeoff and the flight scenes towards the asteroid. Our shuttle is 35 feet in length, and because of its proportions, if we were to build that to scale, it is a 1/5 scale model, if we were to build that to scale, that would be 30% larger than any shuttle NASA has today. And of course is built that way to transport the very huge armadillo, which we'll see later on in our tour. If you look off to your left, these beige buildings are called bungalows. Our bungalows are just office space for our production companies that run their day-to-day business here prior to shooting. The bungalows are currently home to Sheena the Jungle Queen, as well as Haxton Films, the award-winning producers of the Blair Witch Project. They're currently creating a comedy called Heart of Love, as well as a prequel to the Blair Witch. Around the corner here, you might recognize the miniature cattle car that was torn apart by the huge gorilla Mighty Joe Young. The tank and some of the other military-looking vehicles you see were used by director Steven Spielberg for Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. If you look closely, you'll notice the tread on that tank is actually made out of rubber foam. That was for Harrison Ford and some of our other actors that had to be thrown upon that tank. You might also recognize the two mine cars coming up on your right from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Speaking of Doom, you might recognize Judge Doom's Dipmobile from the award-winning Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Also from that film, we have the orange trolley car and the 3 blue Plymouth coming up. If you look closely, you'll notice our trolley car is actually a modified city bus. The radial tires are simply covered with fiberglass covering. The 3 blue Plymouths were built to show progressive stages of destruction as Roger drove the same car through Toontown. The yellow helicopter was driven by Ellen DeGeneres in Ellen's Energy Adventure, currently showing at the Universe of Energy at Epcot. The 2 prop planes coming up on your right were used in Disney's The Rocketeer. The very long black boat was used in Disney Presents The 100 Lives of Blackjack Savage. Some of the space pods were used in Starship Troopers, and that pod-like space shuttle was Max from Disney's Flight of the Navigator, starring Sarah Jessica Parker. And folks, we did get the green light. We will be going through our special effects set. This set was featured in many movies and commercials, including the Oprah Winfrey Show as well as the Rosie O'Donnell Show. I want to remind everybody we do need to go over a very bumpy bridge, so please remain seated at all times. Hold on to all personal belongings, as well as small children that we don't want to go up and over our sides. Took our set designer 6 months to build, which is a very long time for one set. When you consider how long it takes Mother Nature, it's not quite so bad. We're just going to stop here so you can take some real quick photos, and I can give you some behind the scenes in our canyon before we have to go. That tanker truck was in our boneyard. Since we couldn't drive it across the canyon, we had a very large crane hoist that up and over our canyon wall. When production crews film in here, they're just up and over our heads, and they shoot down into our ravines. They were testing some special effects for rain. Oh, look at that. I wonder why that happened. Anyways, that's our special effect for rain, folks. That's created with a sprinkler system that's up and over our heads. Special nozzles toss the water up and out in a crisscross formation, making the rain appear more natural. You'll notice it only goes about 10 feet into the canyon. Scene 1, take 2. Please stop the tow. Not the Stunt shuttle. Through Washington Square Arch to your right, you can see what appears to be New York City. That's a trick called forced perspective. They're painted flats at the end of our street, very similar to billboards. One of the Empire State Buildings stands 102 stories tall. Ours is a little over 4. Alright folks, we're coming to the end of our tour. We're going to be exiting out through the American Film Institute Showcase. Currently in our showcase, we have Driving the Story, Celebration of Modes of Transportation and Film today. You'll be able to see props and vehicles for movies such as Dick Tracy, Return of the Jedi, From the Earth to the Moon, and Superman.
We're going down.